Hi, Boxwood Squirrel's new friend. Boxwood Squirrel woke up to the sound of birds singing in the trees. Oh, what a nice way to wake up, he thought as he wiggled his furry tail. Boxwood was going to be exploring today. He sat at his little table munching on nuts and berries. I really need a little bucket to put all my gatherings in, as it is too hard to do it by hand, he thought to himself as he hurried down the tree. Boxwood looked all around, as he had to be very careful of dogs. He looked around the tree. No bucket there. Across the yard stood the big red barn where all the cows and horses lived. He quickly ran inside. Stacks of hay were at one end of the barn. Stalls lined the other sides, but they were empty. Up the wooden post he ran and onto the bales of hay. He looked all around. He went back down and out of the barn. He excuse me. He scurried across the lawn and into the backyard, where a woman was tossing out old tarts from the window. Oh boy, thought Boxwood as he went over to pick them up. They were just too many. Boxwood could smell the sweet fruit from the old tarts and couldn't wait to have a bite. There beside the house was a tiny paper sack. Boxwood filled up the sack with all the tarts he could hold. Then back up the tree he went as fast as he could. Inside the little tree house sat an owl. Who are you? He asked as he sniffed the sack of tarts. Who are you? I'm Boxwood, and this is my home, he said. I am your neighbor who lives high above you. I thought we could meet since we are neighbors, the owl said. I am Quickly the owl. Well, hello, I am Boxwood. Would you like a tart? He asked. I am a bit famished, said the owl. Boxwood and Quickly became good friends and neighbors, and Quickly watched out for Boxwood so the animals wouldn't get him. And Boxwood gave Quickly many of the tea parties and tarts. All was well in the big oak tree. Why roly-polies roll. Beneath the grass, beside the trees, and in the sidewalks cracks live many roly-polies. They're very tiny and have many legs. Children everywhere like to hold them because they walk across their hands and up their arms, tickling them as they crawl. They never bite, so they can be your friends. One day, a mother and her child were sitting at the park under the tree, and the boy asked his mom, why do roly-polies roll? She began to tell him her story. One day there was a king who sat on the throne in a big castle in Roly-Poly Land. He was King Poly. He wore a bright red and black velvet cape and a crown of jewels. King Poly was not a happy king. Everyone tried very hard to make the king happy, but failed to make him laugh. King Poly was not happy. When he was not happy, no one was happy. Then one day the king announced that whoever would make him laugh would be greatly rewarded. The news traveled fast across the land. Within a day, the king's castle was filled with polies that had come to the king's calling. Everyone tried as hard as they could to make the king laugh, but no one could. Just when everyone was to leave, a girl Poly stood at the end of the red carpet waiting for the king to call her. Come and show me what you can do, he said. Suddenly, the little Poly ran and quickly fell down, tripping on the carpet, and then rolled frantically until she came to the king's footstool, in which she thumped her little head. She stood up before the king with a mighty blush on her face. Just then the king laughed. He laughed, and he laughed some more. He laughed so much that his tummy was sore. Then he fell off his throne and rolled on the floor. Everyone there was laughing, and soon they were all rolling on the floor. King Poly was happy. He gave little Poly anything she asked for. I want to marry the prince, she said. Everyone grew quiet. The king stood up and called the prince to come to him. The prince stood before the father. Do you want to marry this Poly girl? He asked. Yes, father, I will, he said. The kingdom was happy and all the roly-polies were happy, and this is why roly-polies roll to this day. Am I disturbing you?
No. I think I'm going to go lay down.
Okay.